We're here with former Raiders quarterback Rich Gannon at Ditka and Friends. Rich, how are you?
I'm doing great. This is what a great night. I mean, a great night to come out here, the Gridiron Greats, and support a lot of former players, and to see so many Hall of Famers and Pro Bowlers and current next players. This is a great night to celebrate football.
There's a Delaware quarterback in the Super Bowl. You were also a Delaware quarterback that got to the Super Bowl. Tell me a little bit about Tubby Raymond and the wing T offense.
Well, I ran the wing T with Tubby. Joe Flacco, fortunately for him, didn't. I mean, I liked it. It was a great offense for us in college, but it didn't really get you ready for the NFL. So when I went into the NFL in '87, I had a lot of work to do to catch up. But Joe was in a much more wide open offense with different coaching staff, and I mean, I'm just so proud of him and what he's been able to accomplish. You look at his career and the fact that he's been in the league 5 years, and each of those 5 seasons he's taken his team to the postseason and won football games. I think he's playing really well right now. 8 touchdowns, no interceptions in the postseason. I think he's going to have a great game.
Do you put him in that elite category?
Well, you know what? That elite word is such a I think a misused word. I mean, I think it changes every week in the league. You know, you say the first month of the season, you say, well, he's playing at an elite level, and all of a sudden 4 weeks later, you say the guy's not playing so well. I think in order to get in that category, you got to win. You got to win Super Bowls, and I think Joe still has some work to do, but certainly he's trending in that direction.
You've gotten into a Super Bowl. You didn't win it. It wasn't the best performance by the Oakland Raiders. What is it like to prepare for a Super Bowl?
It's different. You know, we had to do it on 1 week, which was really bad. It's the last time the NFL has done that. We won the AFC Championship game against Tennessee. We turned around that night, had a meeting. We packed our bags and left the next day for San Diego to play Tampa. It's impossible. I mean, we spent the whole week trying to catch up. We felt like we were behind. We were exhausted by the end of the week. You need 2 weeks. And the first part of that preparation is last week. Both teams, Baltimore and San Francisco, have had time to install the game plans, have practice, get the tickets out of the way, get all that kind of travel plans out of the way. And when they get to New Orleans, really concentrate and focus on the preparation and not as many distractions. That's the key to the whole thing, is setting aside the distractions and making sure you feel good when you start that game.
There were some controversial comments last week by your former teammate Tim Brown about Sabotage Gate. What do you make out of those comments?
I think they were ridiculous. I don't think that. I disagree. I mean, Tim's a great player. He's a good friend. I really love playing with him, but I think he crossed the line when he said that. I think it takes away from what the Buccaneers accomplished. It was not a good night for us, obviously, but Bill Callahan's a good man. He's a good football coach. Took us to a Super Bowl in his first season. And I think when you say that, you certainly you question a guy's character and his integrity. I think that was wrong.
Before we let you go, the quarterback matchup in this one is so interesting. Not too many people would have predicted this matchup. Colin Kaepernick wasn't even the starting quarterback when things got started in the beginning of the season. Then you also look at Joe Flacco. Many people question if he would even be in this game a month ago. Look at this quarterback matchup for me.
Well, I'm going to talk about 2 critical decisions. You just brought up the one. I mean, Jim Harbaugh's decision to replace Alex Smith with Colin Kaepernick was a bold move. It wasn't a very popular move in the Bay Area, but it's paid huge dividends. You look at Colin Kaepernick, the poise to me is what really jumps out. He's been absolutely incredible. His athleticism, he rushed for 181 yards against the Green Bay Packers. 22 the following week against the Falcons. They fall behind by 17, and they still are able to get it done. The guy, I think, is going to play well in this one. Joe Flacco, on the other hand, a different situation, but I thought the decision by John Harbaugh to replace Cam Cameron with Jim Caldwell after that loss in Week 14 was huge, and I think it was really a turning point for this football team and for Joe Flacco. I think he's playing with more confidence. I think he trusts Jim Caldwell. I think they opened up the offense a little bit. I think it's a big reason why Joe has played so well in the postseason.
Rich, it's great to see you. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, brother. Great job.